What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and short video for you this morning. I want to talk a little bit about Silent Hill 2 Remake. We got two different things to talk about, one of which is like a confirmed thing that's happening, the other of which is a rumor that I think is very, very likely. So to talk about what is confirmed is that the game is leaking online. Now, I think the game is leaking online, plus you also have the game going out to outlets and stuff. So that kind of goes into part two, but it seems like people are getting legitimate physical copies of the game, which this happens pretty much for, well, any bigger game, right? You have the random mom and pop shop that maybe it's in Australia or maybe it's here or there, and they give out a game a week or two early. This has happened with God of War Ragnarok, among many other games. So the game is out there, and that means a couple different things depending on the person that you are, right? If you're looking for stuff on this game, you might be able to find it pretty darn soon. I think it was already somebody was streaming, or there was an upload of like 6+ hours of gameplay, so that was already on the internet a few days ago. So you give it another day or two, I'm sure you'll see the entire game if you want to. Now, if you don't want to see it, right, for those that are trying to avoid that stuff, obviously now to stay away. You could say, well, Alex, it's a remake, like we already know Silent Hill 2. That's fair, right? But I think part of the allure of this one is, well, what changes are there, which, hey, you might want to know those changes going in. I can actually understand that, but what's it going to be like now in 2024? And I don't know, it's still a new release, so if you want to avoid it, now to avoid it, because you're probably going to start seeing it online very, very soon. And if you want to actually see it, well, now you can you probably just have to wait a few days and you'll be able to. And actually from Maro NL on Twitter, we actually get to see, I can show you at least this part. So somebody was posting, like, this is how you can actually see the cover, and so you see the back of it actually looks really, really good. The disc itself, like, man, I'm probably getting this thing digitally, but this looks really good. Like, there was a hole here, now it's gone. You see the reversible cover art kind of thing that it's going on, which not every game does that, so I actually really appreciate that that's even in there. And then this is the one that I personally saw that showed, okay, people are playing this thing. You can literally see it. It's got the disc icon, so this person has the disc, put it into the console. Continue where you left off. Brookhaven Hospital, 54%. Game progress and all is 39%. They played 8 hours, right? PlayStation's tracking is a little off sometimes with that playing hour thing, but there's your proof that this person, actually played it. So that is the confirmed part, right? Like, you can see it. People have the disc, or at least one person has the disc, and there's nothing stopping them, really from releasing stuff as time goes on. And then the rumor parts, which, it's even being reported by gaming outlets, which I kind of think is funny because I'm sure they have the code. So I kind of think they're just like jumping on the news, even though it doesn't even make sense for them to cover it. The review scores seem to go live this upcoming Friday. Now, the reason I would say this is pretty darn likely is, the rumor that it's happening in and of itself probably means that somebody that has it, whether it's a reviewer or a content creator or something like that, probably leaked the info out there at some point, right? And then somebody just ran with it. So they probably knew that the scores drop on Friday. Plus, you think about it, for me, the biggest indicator of it is this game, I believe, what goes live like Sunday night. If you do the deluxe edition pre-order, you get to play the game 48 hours early. It goes live Tuesday for everybody, right? So it would go live Sunday. Might, the timing might depend on where you are, in the world. I don't think they've released like a release map yet. A lot of games do that nowadays, so I'll be on the lookout for that. We'll probably report on that when that happens. But it makes sense to get the review scores out. That's my biggest piece of evidence, right? Like, if you can play the game Sunday night or Sunday at some point, or even like very early Monday morning, the reviews, actually, they could go up the same day. Some games have done that, where they push the reviews to the absolute last second, and they push it to, if there is early access, the reviews kind of drop along with early access. That has happened. But for a game like this, actually any game, I would prefer that doesn't happen. I would prefer they have the confidence to have the review scores go live a few days before that, and that seems to be what's going on. So there you go. Be safe about the leaks. Don't be safe about the leaks, depending on what you want to do, and look forward to Friday, where we might start to see, I'm sure we're going to hear some pretty big stuff on Friday to go along with the reviews. That's kind of what I'm going to be looking at. For me, it matters less the review scores themselves. I don't really look at review scores anyway, but the actual number. For me, it's going to be, okay, what are we starting to hear about the changes? Like, that's the biggest thing to me. How faithful is it? What's the combat like? Well, what did they do to the game to make it better or worse in 2024. And that's going to be hopefully my takeaways from these reviews on Friday. So let me know what you guys think. I'll be back on Friday. We'll cover the reviews, whatever they end up saying. I'll be playing the game next week, and I'll be making loads of videos on it as well on this channel, okay? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.